Hello Chocs and Chockettes, I'm Tween, Roberto here for another video review, this time of the Cadbury's Dairy Milk from Australia, inspired by Perky Nana. Or Perky Nana, however you want to say it. Yeah, so it's a Cadbury Australia product, 170 grams. You can see actually, just before I forget, the Cadbury UK have started to pinch the Cadbury Australia Dairy Milk packaging here, so you see that on the UK one as well now. So yeah, they've basically Cadbury Australia have done lots of random bars, random flavours, dairy milk equivalents, this, that and the other. A lot more interested in the UK Cadbury offerings basically. And they still do some things like Dream and Time Out and stuff like that the UK don't do anymore. So this must be a collaboration by another type of bar called Perky Nana, I guess. It says dairy milk milk chocolate with chewy banana flavoured marshmallow. There we go, sounds interesting. It says new allergen, see pack of pack. Okay. But yes, I think it's so basically special edition as well. Look at that. Yes, there must be a bar called Perky Nana basically. So it says inspired by it. So you can see it's just dairy milk with chewy marshmallow pieces, banana flavoured. That's very interesting. So you don't see, as I mentioned quite well. I don't mention it when I can. You don't see many banana flavoured chocolates and things, do you? It's very rare. Even when you do see it, sometimes it's just banoffee basically. So you very rarely see banana flavoured chocolate. I don't know why, but it must be a difficult flavour to achieve or expensive or something. I know Cadbury did one a few years back, one of the Marvellous Creations they did, had a banana flavour, and it was gorgeous, you know. I remember really liking it, and then it was only around for a few months before they discontinued most of the range, and yeah, I don't know, just really changed the sort of the products that they do basically for good, really. This was 5 or 6 years ago. Really disappointing that. Yes, let's have a look at what it says on the back. Got the Cocoa Life symbol as well. Cadbury believes that sustainably sourced cocoa does good for farmers, their communities and our planet. Cocoa Life. As I always mention now in my rants, I won't go on about it too long this time, but basically who knows what sustainable means, could mean anything. Yeah, you know, I would never trust, I mean, presumably they're doing more help than harm, so it's not, you know, but I would always never assume that it's as good as it sounds. So Cocoa Life helps farmers get the most on their cocoa trees through environmentally friendly farming. Yeah. So what it could be is that they could be basically using cocoa from wherever, you know, cheap cocoa from, I don't know, some country, and then basically also buying the same amount from farmers in I don't know, South America or Africa or wherever. So basically, and then just throwing that away. Who knows? That's something that I've seen a company do. So yeah, who knows? And that doesn't sound too environmentally friendly. But you know, you never know. I don't know. Is the gist of it? So the equivalent of a glass and a half of full cream milk in every 200 grams of Cadbury Dairy Milk chocolate. It's not a 200 gram bar. It's 170. So bear that in mind. Bit of false, I'd say misleading advertising there. So there isn't a glass and a half in this bar, which is a bit rubbish. Here we go. So full cream milk, and that's in it. 3 numbers. This is basically the UK or the EU's nutrition information stuck on top. So yeah, so in Australia as well, they don't give you the they give you kilojoules for the calories, not kilocalories. So I have to convert it basically. But if I look underneath here, you can see that here. There we go. So enjoy a balanced diet. So yeah, so each serving, what's a serving, does it say? It says somewhere. Servings per pack, 6.8. Serving size, 25 grams, approximately 4 squares. There we go. So we'll move on to the right-hand side table. I think that's probably a bit easier. So per average quantity per serving, 533 kilojoules, 1.7 grams of fat, 6.5 of which are saturates. So it's roughly a quarter, basically, is the kilocalories. So it's roughly 140, 125 maybe. So per 100 grams, 2,100 and was it 30 kilojoules? Yeah. 25.9 grams of fat, 15.8 of which are saturates. So I'd say roughly a quarter. So roughly, what's that? 535 calories roughly, 534, something like that. But I'll do a caption to work it all out. We've got some shenanigans here. Cadbury.com.au, Cadbury.co.nz. Yeah, and Singapore and Malaysia importer. Yeah, there we go. Dairy Milk, the glass and half device, and the colour purple, a trademark used under license. There you go. So I assume it means this colour purple, not just generally. Right, so there we go. Interesting. So okay. So that's yeah. Well, so it says new allergens. See back of pack there. I didn't see any anything obvious about the allergens. So it says we believe that tasting good and doing good should go hand in hand. Okay. I can't see this allergen thing anywhere. It could be underneath the sticker that they added on that I saw before, the EU stuff. Any new allergen information, as it could be underneath the sticker. Proudly made in Tasmania, it says Tanzania, I was going to say. Yeah, I don't know. As it could be underneath the sticker. Maybe I should take that off. A bit rubbish if the sticker. Oh, there you go. Right. Well, the sticker itself says allergy advice for allergens, including cereals containing gluten. See ingredients in bold. Meals containing peanuts and nuts. So milk, wheat, and soya. So maybe one of those isn't normally in it because of the Perky Nana stuff. Imported and distributed by NQ Candy Consultants Limited. Another Stockport one, SK13 this time, rather than the other one that it normally was. Alright, well I think we should give it an open then. I assume that's the allergens covered. I mean, I'm tempted to still peel off the label just to see if there is a difference. There shouldn't be a difference, but I have seen it where the calorie information was different. Basically, on the stuff underneath it. It's just a bit of a pain to peel these stickers off sometimes. Okay, so after a very long time, I managed to peel off most of the label. I can't peel much more than that off in the that bit there because I was kind of just making a hole into the bar, I think. But yeah, so if it focuses in, which I don't know why it doesn't want to again. There you go. You can see dairy milk, milk chocolate with banana flavoured marshmallows. Because there's milk chocolate 85%, banana flavoured marshmallows 15%. That's what we didn't get before. But it just seems to highlight wheat over anything else. Whereas UK one highlighted wheat, soya, and milk. But you can see, you know, where there the soy there and soy somewhere else in there. Soy lectin isn't highlighted, and milk isn't either. So yeah, so I don't know, bit odd one. So I guess they're just highlighting the wheat in it, which presumably isn't there normally. I'm not sure. But okay, well, probably a bit of a waste of time doing that, but we did it. Let's zoom down and give it an open. So let's do it. Let's give it an open. Right, okay, let's get this Cadbury Dairy Milk with Perky, or inspired by Perky Nana. Nana, I want to say it. An open, special edition. Yeah, so basically I've done about 770 reviews, 780 reviews almost, I think, by the time recording. So if you like this review, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Yeah, and I'll put a link to a playlist in the top right hand corner as you look, to a playlist of all my other reviews. So if you like this one, you can go to check those out after you finish this one. Thanks so much, we hugely appreciate it. You can kind of see how I was digging into it there a bit. So, oh, wow! But there's lots of pieces there. It's got a very nice banana-y smell to it. Yeah, look at that. It's got the typical Cadbury Australia sort of just square block look to it. But I like that. It looks nice. Yeah, that's very nice. Let's give it the old measure Rooney then, shall we? Yes, looks very interesting, this one. So it's a 4x8 bar. So the width there, 8.55 centimeters, 8.6. See the height from bottom to top, nice point. Do that again because it's about 1.17. In between the blocks, it's a bit difficult to do because it's not quite flat. 8.3. Yeah, you can see they sort of curl up a bit if you look at the sides. A wave. Right, let's measure the whole thing from top to bottom then. So it's a 170 gram bar thing. Feels a bit dry, has to be said. 170 grams, yeah, so the whole thing is 170 grams. Yeah, so it feels a bit dry. So I don't think my calipers are long enough there. So we'll grab the measuring stick. Do it old school. There we go. Also filling there, you can definitely see. Yeah, it's about 17.3 centimeters, pretty much. It's upside down, but you can see the side down here. Yep. Okay. Right. Give a bit of a snap then. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, so very yellow. Very yellow there. Yeah. Doesn't look quite as bright as it on the camera. Look a bit almost radioactive on the camera. Look a bit darker in hand than that. It's just the camera. You know, hard to say, but look a bit more, slightly more, less luminous than that. Not really sure how to best display it. I'll try perhaps just altering the colour. Yeah, it's slightly better. Just try altering the colour maybe just to see if I can. No, hard to do. Yeah, not sure. Still quite bright there, but yeah, rest assured that I think it's just bright lights in the camera and stuff, but they are not quite as yeah, it's maybe a bit more like it, maybe. Yeah, interesting. I'll say plenty of look at that, just cover. Yeah, wow. I'll say I think it's probably doing a slight disservice to the camera. They're not quite as bright yellow as that. They are a bit darker, but yeah. But you know, even so, I can't really display it to you as well as I'm just trying to see if I can configure the video to make it a bit more accurate, but I can't really. It still seems to just, yeah. So yeah, they still look quite bright. There's nothing I can do about it, I don't think, but oh well. But you can clearly see plenty of stuff in there. Right, well, let's give them a taste. Yeah, excited for these. Give them a taste. Well, let's just give them a smell, actually. Yeah, I think when I opened it, it was definitely more of a banana smell. Still slightly there, but it's not quite as prominent as it was. Might have just got used to it. But yeah, let's give them a taste. Let's do it. Okay, once again, is Cadbury Dairy Milk inspired by Perky Nana Special Edition from Australia taste. Yeah, so it looks very interesting indeed. Certainly cram full of stuff. You can see here, look at that. Oof, look at that, yes. Well, very excited for this. So that's, yeah, let's give them a taste. Let's do it. So it looks quite luminous yellow. In hand, it's not quite that brighter yellow. It's more like a sponge yellow, maybe. If that makes, you know, those typical sponges. A bit like more like that colour, really. But anyway, let's give it a taste. Let's do it. Nice chew. Very foamy. One of those sort of banana foams, you know, foam bananas, and it's that kind of flavour actually, not taste and texture. Yeah. Is it foam bananas? Or is it bananas and prawns or something? I can't remember what they are now. But it's that kind of taste, that kind of texture of the banana ones, the yellow ones. Obviously with chocolate. Interesting, yeah. That's for UK audience, by the way. I'm not sure if they have them in Australia, but those foaming banana things. But presumably, that's what the Perky Nanas are in Australia, that kind of equivalent. Yeah. So in the UK we have those sort of, let's see, what are these sort of foam prawns and bananas, something like that. I can't remember what they are now. The two. I'll put a caption, I'm sure. It's very much just like those, really, but having just the yellow ones, not the pink ones. Interesting. Not quite as strong a flavour as the UK ones, I don't think. Give you a good chew. It works quite well. It's It works quite well. It's not the best combination of textures, but it does work well enough. You know what I mean? It's a nice taste as well. Sort of that sort of, you know, slightly artificial banana-y taste, but not bad though. Quite nice chew as well. It's and there's loads of it in the middle, and I think it just works just about right. They've just got it perfect, really. So I think any more it would have just been too, you know, fallen apart too much, the chocolate and things. But they've got a good amount of chewy marshmallow squidgy bits in there. goes as marshmallow pieces. Banana flavoured marshmallows. So they are chewy and foamy. Nothing more like those foam shrimps and bananas or whatever they are. But very nice, yeah, not too bad. I think they're not quite as flavoured as much as that. It's more of a texture. I don't think the flavour's quite as strong as the ones in the you get in the UK, those sort of foam bananas or whatever they are. But very nice, yeah, very nice. It works, it does work. Also gives you a good chew, and the chocolate hangs around longer as well, so not just left with just the chew. You've got the chocolate taste as well for quite a continuous amount of time. Been good if they did it in the UK and had the pink ones as well. Just bits of them, yeah, bits of. I think it would work really well. That. It's a typical sort of special edition, limited edition bar. And something a bit different, something a bit special by design. And by implication, rather. And it works. It does work. It's not. I'll say probably not something you'd keep buying. I think is the gist of it. You know, it is one of those that's just a nice to try. I don't think you'd ever think. Some people might think it's the best thing ever and things, but generally, it's probably not one of those that you know. Yeah, it's a novelty. It's a sort of nice to taste. You know, nice to experience. Bit of a typical special edition one, really. It's probably not going to be one you'd want to always come back to, but it's good that it exists, and one that you would like to keep tasting, I think, but just probably would have other bars over. But no, I like it. I mean, let's have a UK equivalent. The chocolate itself is not quite as velvety as the Cadbury UK dairy milk. For sure. It's a nice chocolate, but it's not as good as the UK one. Basically, I mean, for whatever reason, the recipe is different. It's just not quite as The UK one is kind of more velvety. I think there's something a bit more to it. The UK one, it does have a sort of bit more of a more of a velvety taste and texture, really, and it has that smell as well that's quite synonymous with it. This one, of course, you could argue it's just you've got the sort of banana-y, marshmallowy smell that's a bit more prominent, that sort of removes that smell, but I don't think so. I think having tasted Australian dairy milk before, it is just different than the UK one. It's not quite as nice, but it's still nice though. Yeah, overall this bar is nice. As I say, if it was the UK dairy milk, I think it'd be a bit better. And I think if it's the UK equivalent, so sort of foam bananas and shrimps, whatever they are, that'd be really interesting. I think to have both of those in here, or if you just have one or the other, but both. I think they have to be both. I think pink and yellow bits, and I think that would work really well. Very interesting that. Yeah, I'd be really excited. I think that one would be better than this one. But obviously, Perky Nana is obviously an Australian equivalent, and they presumably don't have the shrimp ones and stuff. It's just the way it is. But yeah, I'd be well interested in the UK one. I think it would be better, but unless if you're a UK watcher and you you presumably can know what I'm getting at when I say the shrimps and bananas and things. Well, I think it's bananas anyway. Yeah, I think really interesting, really nice. I'm impressed with this. I say it's just a nice chew, nice texture, and the chocolate works well with the chew as well. It doesn't, you're not left with just one or the other. They both stay in your mouth for about the same amount of time, really. They both, they do work well together. I say I think it's more of a curio, more of a definite special edition thing. You're not really going to keep going after it again and again, and probably won't. You'll miss it, but you won't sort of, it's not one of those bars that sort of you'll think, it's. Those were the days, the glory days when this was out. I think it's just a typical special edition curio bar, really. But one that works, yeah. I'm happy with it. I think the UK one would be even better, as I say, with the shrimps and bananas, the pink and yellow ones, and the UK dairy milk. But still, yeah, 4 out of 5. This one, still nice, still enjoy it. Good textures, good tastes. Yeah, bananas. An interesting one, as I say, it's got that nice chew to it, nice texture. Not quite, probably not quite as foamy as the UK equivalent, but it's pretty similar, you know what I mean? It's that kind of affair, basically. So, give or take some slight differences, but yeah, 4 out of 5. But UK one, I'd really like to see. I would definitely like to see that. And I wish UK Cadbury would get a bit more adventurous in doing things like this, because they do this marvelous creation stuff, but it's just a bit boring, And the ones they have done where they've tried to be creative with different sweets and things have just been boring as well. So if they've been looking at the Australia bars, maybe I don't know if they were around then, these sort of special Australian ones at the time, but it's as if they were looking now, back a few years ago at least, and trying to do an equivalence here with those sort of weird Cadbury's mix-up bags, whatever they were, and stuff, and they just weren't quite the same. You know, you just need to go all out for it. You know, just put the jelly pieces inside the bar. I know they've done that with the Marvelous Creations to an extent, but even those are not really. Nowadays, you know, the old ones they did a few years back were more interesting, but the ones they do now are just a bit of a boring ones. They need to just go back and just really do sort of crazy limited edition ones like this, but with the shrimps and bananas and other things, you know. And it'd be great, really great, good fun. And people would buy them, you know, they could just be limited edition ones, but people would still buy them to enjoy them, to experience them, and then they could move on to something else, which is what the Australia Cadbury seems to be doing. So, yeah, I really wish they would do that in the UK, because we could be even better versions over here for sure. But just takes some guts, I think. Okay, I so enjoyed that review. Follow Twitter and Instagram. Check out the YouTube member program. Great to support the channel. It truly is. Links in the description. And a link for the Discord servers in the description as well. Great to keep in touch and be part of the community. Yeah, leave a comment for free. I always reply. It's always great to hear from you. I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day. Bye for now. See ya.